Today we'll be trying to fix the Mavic Mini. Let's get into it. So some of you might be wondering, why would I need to fix it? What's wrong with it? Well, starting a while ago when the 24 frames a second firmware update came out for the Mavic Mini, I started running into propeller issues. Now it recommended I change the propellers and see if the issue continued, so I changed the propellers, and for that specific flight, it didn't have any problems. So I just continued the flight, put it away, and packed it up until I was ready to fly it again. Well, I kept flying it, nothing was really coming up. Then all of a sudden the problem arose again, but there was nothing wrong with the propellers this time. So I started researching this code that kept popping up, and I was looking on DJI's forum, and a lot of people have been having the problem ever since they updated the firmware. But according to DJI, this error code in the new firmware, they added the ability to detect when propellers are damaged or bent, which causes the motor speed error. But in my case, I've changed the propellers, I've rotated the propellers, I've done pretty much everything that I've seen on the internet, and I still get the issue. So some people have found that reloading the firmware actually seems to fix the issue, so that is exactly what we will be trying today. So in order to do this, you need DJI Assistant 2, and you have to plug in the Mavic Mini with a respectable cord. So the drone is connected. Obviously the first thing we have to do is open up DJI Assistant 2. Then we click Mavic Mini because that's the drone that I'm personally going to be doing this to. We're going to refresh the current firmware. And if that doesn't work, we'll be trying to downgrade to the older firmware. Alright, so we're going to step outside. We're going to try this new reloaded firmware and see if it's solved any of the problems. I'm going to try to fly it for at least maybe 10 minutes and see if we can try to get some sort of motor speed error. It's very, very calm outside, so I figured it'd be ideal conditions to really test it. So let's give it a try. Alright, so here we are outside flying the drone. I'm only about a minute deep and so far it is working just fine. No problems at all. The wind is actually picking up a little bit, which does kind of concern me, but it seems to be flying just fine. Alright boys, we're going to try something risky. I'm going to try to fly around my house. I'm going to try to sit here and not want to... Oh, this is going to be tough. Alright, here we go. Oh boy, it's right there. Alright. I did it. So I just ran into a weird issue. Basically, I was flying it like straight out that way, you know, pretty much full pitch forward, and it didn't stop. Sit here going like this to try to get it to stop, and it finally did. I don't know if that's a connection thing. The way I'm flying this is kind of weird because oh wait, I just got an error. Well, that's weird. What does that say? Propellers are warped. I wonder if they'll do the beeping thing and tell me which one, because if it's the same propeller that normally does it, it might be a hardware thing. Yep, same one. So I'm gonna try hovering it the remainder 30% of battery that has left and see if that does anything. If not, then I'm going to downgrade the firmware back to the old one, put in a fresh battery and try flying it again and see if that does anything. I didn't turn off my screen recording, so it's been recording for an hour and 7 minutes. We're going to hover this thing. I've never seen this. Now it's saying low battery voltage. We're at 8% right now. Now we're critically low. It's gonna try to land itself. All right. So that was about 5 minutes. I'm gonna try to plug it in, downgrade the firmware, see if I still get any sort of errors. But I'm kind of skeptical because I don't think this version has the 24 frames a second, and that would really suck because I love shooting 24 frames a second. And here we are outside. I'm gonna run the battery to about 25%, and we're gonna see if I can get any sort of errors with this. So let's get into it. We're gonna try the same thing. I'm gonna try flying around the house with the drone. I did it. So we have the low battery warning, so I'm coming back right now. And I have to say, I didn't get a single error. It flew just fine. I mean, no 24 frames a second does really suck. The GPS signal still seemed to be pretty good. It still set a home point and everything. So I think until maybe another firmware update comes out or something, I'm gonna keep using the older one. I mean, that was the first flight, but I flew it from 100% down to 17. I was in sport mode, zooming back and forth. But that's pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you all for watching the video. I think I'm gonna keep the older firmware just because it doesn't give me any errors and the drone flies just fine. It does kind of suck not having 24 frames a second, but that's okay. I can deal with it if it means I get to go out and fly my drone more. Well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like, subscribe if you are new. Peace out.